Hey guys, T-Boliv here, and today I wanted to take a look at the Buffalo. I know it was released yesterday, at least here on the North America server, and I'm a couple days behind on this, and so I will apologize and ask for a little bit of slack. I am still sick. Um, I did go back to the doctor yesterday. I have a new diagnosis. I have new medications, and I hopefully am now on the mend. Um, I I do want to go ahead and apologize up front if I get hit with a coughing fit. I'm gonna try really hard to get through this video without one, but body's gonna do what it's gonna do. So, anyways, on to today's video about the first Tier 10 premium to be released in World of Warships Blitz, the U.S. heavy cruiser, the Buffalo. Um, I've seen some people who did manage to snag this out of the crate, and they're saying how they're not impressed with it. Um, I mean, it's subjective and relative, and just depends, I guess, on your expectations. Um, I didn't mind this boat, and if they had offered it for sale in a bundle, I probably would have bought it for my personal account. They did decide to put it in a crate, and I'm at the point where 2,500 gold for a 3.42% chance of getting the boat just isn't worth it for me. I didn't like it that much. Um, and so, yeah. Sorry, man. um, Anyways, it was not a bad boat by any means. And that I say that even with the new boat focus that I received in the handful of games that I was got a chance to play in it. Um, but it's not a bad boat at all. Not a great boat, but it's not a bad boat. I think it's pretty well balanced. Um, Initially, I was concerned about the reload time being a little bit longer, but even that I think was manageable, and the extra turret definitely helps. So, for those of you who live under a rock and don't know, it is a 12 gun cruiser. So it's got 12 8-inch U.S. heavy cruiser guns. So some would call it a 12 gun Des Moines, and that's what we're going to be comparing it to today. Um, but it really is more of a 12 gun Baltimore, I guess. It is a successor to the Wichita class, but it really is more like a 12 gun Baltimore. So, um, yeah, so we're going to do a quick rundown on some of the stats. I'll show you guys what they look like. Everybody can see them, but and then I've got a comparison on the differences between this and the Des Moines. Um, just because the Des Moines is such a popular tier 10, enough people have it. I think it'll be a fair comparison. And if you don't have the boats to be able to go click back and forth side by side, sometimes it's hard to really get a good feel for the difference in the stats. So figured I'd give you guys a breakdown, and we'd go over them together real quick. So I guess we'll start there. Let's go ahead and see here. So first thing that really is relevant is hit points. Ignore the numbers because, as you guys can see, I've got the boat all set up. The stock Buffalo hit points 39,930 compared to 39,204 with the Des Moines. So you are getting about another 700 so hit points. Not a big difference in health pool, but as we all know, sometimes that a little bit does help. Acceleration on the Buffalo is a little bit slower. The max speed rather is the same, 32.23 knots on both boats. Buffalo gets there a little bit slower, 15.69 seconds compared to 15 in the Des Moines. Not a huge difference, but there is one. The traverse speed is a little bit slower, 6.1 degrees points per second compared to 6.5 on the Des Moines. But the turning is a lot slower. As you can see, I'm running traverse acceleration in slot 3, so it's a little bit different here. But the stock Turn time 9.9 seconds on Buffalo, 7.8 on Des Moines. So it's definitely a little bit slower. Biggest difference between the two boats, obviously the gun layout, 4x3 on the Buffalo, 3x3 on the Des Moines. They are the exact same guns. Buffalo has a little bit longer reload at 8 seconds compared to 6 on the Des Moines. It's got a longer range, 11.6 kilometers stock versus 10.94. So you're getting about 6/10 of a kilometer more. AP damage is lower on the Buffalo, which I found interesting. Not a huge difference, but you are looking about 50 less damage per AP shell. I guessing that was a balance move because you do get 3 more guns in the to shoot. But there is a little bit lower AP damage rolls on the Buffalo than you would see on the Des Moines. Secondary guns are identical. You get six times 2, so you get a broadside of 4. So you get 2, 1 up front, 1 in the back, and then 2 on each side. Damage, range, everything is identical between Buffalo and Des Moines on your secondaries. Anti-aircraft, quite a difference. Buffalo still has what I consider to be really good AA, but it is not anywhere near Des Moines AA. So large AA damage is 232 versus 261 on the Des Moines. Lower, not a huge difference, but it is lower. The small caliber AA, though, 353 on Buffalo, 428 on Des Moines. So there's a considerable difference in the small AA and the range. Buffalo gets a pretty typical 1.8 kilometer small caliber AA range. Des Moines has a 3 kilometer range, which is insane. And then concealment, 9.48 kilometers on Buffalo and 9.3 on Des Moines. So Des Moines gets a little bit better concealment. Not a huge difference, but every little bit helps. So, yeah, that's going to be the difference in your stats there between those two boats. Captain build, I just stole my Des Moines captain. Nothing special. I did go IFHE though, and I personally feel that was the right choice in this case. The AP without APCS, I was getting full rolls against some destroyers. I think it was a Z52 that I caught with a nice AP broadside and got a whole bunch of full rolls out of. I was pretty excited about that. Even with IFHE against battleships, I was noticing a lot of half pens with the HE. I was a little confused, a little concerned about, but it is what it is. So, camo, well, elite bonuses, damage control center, 15%, fire and flooding damage resistance, internal bulkhead upgrade, meritorious service. If you have no idea what you're doing and think that's a good idea, well, hey, go for it. You do get battle honors. 8 titanium, holy smokes. Might have to get this thing after all. Historical camo, pretty standard. And then skills, rapid reload 1, you get 3 of them. Defense, air defense 2, you get 2 of them. I've got the captain's skills, so I get an extra 1 of each. And I definitely think they're necessary, so I would strongly recommend going that route. I did run dispersion in slot 1, and I definitely think that it was worth it. And then acceleration and steering are my standards for slots 2 and 3. So pretty standard there. Anyways, I think that's all I had to show you guys here. Yeah. So I have a game that I'm going to go ahead and throw on the end of here. It was not my best game in this boat, and it is definitely not anything that's going to be super impressive. But I do feel like it was a solid game, and that it can give you guys an idea kind of what the boat's capable of. I did run a bot game when I first got the boat just to kind of get a feel for it, and I put up 134,000 damage. I have never done 134,000 damage in any game, bot or otherwise. So for me, that was an exciting moment. So, yeah, it was interesting. So for whatever reason, the stars never quite seem to align to give me those massive games that some of you guys get. So I am jealous of you who are able to do that. But anyways, yeah, I think that's all I have. Because it's getting harder for me to talk, I'm not gonna narrate the game. I'm just gonna go ahead and show it to you guys, let you watch it. It's pretty much self-explanatory for the most part, anyways. So I wanted to say thank you for taking the time to watch the video. As always, please leave your comments. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you guys out there. Have a good day. Ah, where'd you go?